Hey teachers, it's Bex from Reading and Writing Redhead, and I'm going to do as quick a walkthrough as I can of the third grade back to school digital folder because I want you to be sure to understand what is included and how to use it with your kids. Now, there are numbers in front of each folder or slideshow because I want to make it easy for you to assign things. So if you want to do the synonyms assignment with your class, you can say do assignment 4 in the folder, and to just make it easier for kids to navigate too. All right, so let's look at the math folder here. So there are 3 different activities. Let's go to numbers 1 to 100. And it's fairly basic. I just want, kids to be able to show you that they can count from 1 to 100, hopefully, and they're just going to click in the table and type in the numbers. You can be sure to remind kids at the beginning of the year about this magic undo button, so if something goes wrong, they will have it. Now, spaces for the second half of the numbers are on the next page. Okay, so also in the math is an addition review. So this is going to be 2-digit addition with no regrouping, which is labeled here. And the yellow slides include both regrouping and no regrouping. So kids are just going to add and type their answer in the box right here. And again, if they mess up, they can delete. Okay, and same thing, I'll show you briefly the subtraction as well. I didn't label it as no regrouping, but no regrouping on the black slides. Actually, sorry, I misspoke. This is mixed, all mixed to regrouping and no regrouping, but there are more problems without regrouping. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to the folder. Now to get back to the main folder, if you're in math, you want to click on third grade back to school. We also have these mixed practices, which are through Google Forms, and there's 5 of them. So when you open them as the teacher, they might look like this, but when the students open them, they'll look like this. So kids will type in their answer. It's multiple choice. When they're done, they submit, they get a score right away. They find out how many they got wrong and how many they got right, and they find out what the correct answer was. Also, you get a data collection of the kids' scores, and you can click here and turn it into a spreadsheet. Okay, so there's 5 of those, plenty of review for kids. There's get to know questions, which you can read the explanation here, but it is a digital way, a digital idea I came up with for doing my back to school get to know you circle, which is when we sat in a circle and each pulled cards out of a basket and read a question and shared our answer. So you could display this as a presentation and just each kid would get the next question, but read this for more info and details. So let's go back to the folder. Synonyms, I included a video here that kids can watch to see what to do. Oops, looks like I need to reset this. But what kids do is they look at the picture and the label, garbage, and find the synonym and click and drag the check mark next to the synonym for those first few slides. For the second slides, they read the words and decide if they're synonyms or not. And yes, some of them are not synonyms. So if they're not, they would move the check mark next to no. And if they are, yes. So we're practicing synonyms. Let's go to number 5, writing, which is fun. So they can type right in this document. It's a Google slide, but there's a text box for them to type what they want to learn. These are their guidelines, and they're going to click and move the check marks here when they're done to show that they met the goals. So they can count up their sentences and click and drag. And there's plenty of space if you have kids who want to write a lot. Finally, there's a book interview, and ideally this is to practice both writing and the Common Core skill of being able to interview or ask someone else questions and record their answers. So I gave 2 options here for kids to be able to do that. And here is an example of what slide 1 looks like, or the first version. And here is the second version. Now it's up to you. You could use all of these or just some of these when you're going back to school and using this digital third grade starter kit. So if you have questions, let me know, but I hope this walkthrough was helpful.